Hi all, and welcome to the first episode of Emirates Graphic Academy. As promised, my name is Valerio and I'll be here to tell you everything you need to know about mobile apps. So for the first episode, we will start with the difference between two types of development which we offer at Emirates Graphic. That's cross-platform and native development. So I will be telling you a little bit of advantages and disadvantages of each, some differences, and then at the end of the video, I will tell you which one we prefer of the two at Emirates Graphic. The first one I would like to start with is cost. So let me just write this on the board. So obviously, cross-platform development is less expensive than native development. This is because of various reasons. One of the reasons, which ties into the point, is the teams which are involved in developing your mobile app. So when it comes to cross-platform development, you will have only one team which is developing one application and adapting it to two different platforms, which is iOS and Android. When it comes to native development, however, you have two teams which are working on your application. One team is developing the iOS platform, the other team is developing your Android platform. Somebody else is developing the backend panel, which is controlling both applications, so you can update them instantly. And then you have someone else connecting all three. So as you can see, that's one of the obvious reasons why native development is a little bit more expensive than cross-platform. Something else we would like to mention, which may tie into the first point as well, is growth. So we can simplify it here on the board by writing no growth and growth. Something we always ask our clients is whether they're looking to invest on the application, whether they're looking to grow their application into the future. And that's why native development comes in place. Cross-platform does not allow you to add any features in the future. So let's say, for example, that your app does not start with a payment gateway in it. It just starts as a simple app. If you do have a cross-platform application, you will not be able to add it later on in the future. So even if your app is doing well, you have a lot of users, you want to start monetizing your app, cross-platform does not allow you to do that. While native development, on the other hand, allows you to add any features in the future that you would like to have on the application. The payment gateway is one of the most used examples because that's what all our clients will eventually want to add into the application. So native development in terms of growth is a lot better. The fourth point, which we always mention as well to everybody who comes to us asking for mobile apps, is, I will simplify it here once again, is push and no push. Now that may make no sense to you, but what I mean by that is push notifications. So cross-platform development, we get a lot of clients who have already a cross-platform development, a cross-platform developed application, and they would like to switch over to native because the app is doing very well at the moment. They have a lot of users, however, they cannot reach out to them. Why? Because this type of development, cross-platform, does not allow you to send any push notification to your users, while native development does. And we think this is one of the most favorable points in terms of native development alongside with the growth, because you want to be able to reach out to your users to tell them of any new updates upcoming on the app, maybe some new features, maybe some new, I don't know, some different venues have been added to the application. So it is very important that you are able to reach your users, and cross-platform does not let you do that. One more point we can talk about, which may be a little bit in favor of cross-platform, because I don't want to be so mean to cross-platform, is less time when it comes to development, while native development takes a little bit more time. Why? Again, we can tie into the other points. You only have one team which is working on your cross-platform application. That application is then suited with the two different, with iOS and Android. So it definitely takes a little bit less time to develop a cross-platform app. The last one, we call it the look and feel point, and I will tell you what I mean by that. Let me just write it briefly here. So when it comes to these two different developments, it is a lot better to get a native developed application. Why? Because it just looks a lot better. I don't know if you ever logged into an application and perhaps you were able to see that it wouldn't fit the screen properly, or it would lag. It would, you know, there would be bugs inside the app. That's probably a cross-platform developed app, because as I said before, it ties into the second point. You had one team which just optimized the app for both platforms. So, and since iOS is a lot different from Android, what happens most of the time is that the app wouldn't get optimized the same way. So you may see an app on iOS, while if you open on Android, you see a completely different app. So on native development, your application just looks a lot better. Why? Because because the two teams take more time to adapt and optimize the application for the two different platforms, and that just allows you to have an app which looks a lot better than the rest. To have a final recommendation, you know, we obviously will go with native development, because at Emirates Graphic, what we're trying to do at Emirates Graphic is grow alongside our clients. So native development allows you to do that. It allows you to invest into an app, which may be of a big investment to begin with. However, this app, once you have invested in it, it allows you to add more features into it, grow alongside it. You basically have no boundaries when it comes to native development. So definitely 100% our choice is native development instead of cross-platform. Now, I hope that made a little sense to you. I hope that I kept you some company, and I will see you guys not next Sunday, but the one after that. Take care.